get into our. And we are live. All right, Israel. Shabbat. Shabbat shalom. All right. Shabbat shalom. Sister Avia and Sister Biblical T.
Shabbat shalom to you too.
We give him glory. People, do it forever. Praise Yah. Praise Yah. All right, all you people, all the nations, you're going to praise him anyway, whether you're going to praise him or not. We give him glory. Oh, Yah, we praise you today. We thank you for this Shabbat. We thank you for what you're doing in the midst of your people. All your marvelous works is being performed. Who thought we would live to see today the fall of our enemy? Bless his name. And Sister Robbie trying to come in. I don't know why she can't. I don't know if I kicked her out or what did I do? She was trying to come in. Sister Robbie, try to come back in again. Let me put the thing out there. They told me, because I'm supposed to have at least 10 people should be able to come in on this platform. And I talked to them today about that. Let me see what this is. Pick from edit name. Bands. I don't know why it's. I don't know. I'll click on your mic and your camera. Let me see what he told me to do. Let me read this. We give him glory, give him praise. We thank him today. Let me go up here to see can I find out what he told me to tell you all to do today. He said either use to come in and Safari. Come in on the Safari if you are on. Now, you see, I can't get off of here. For some reason, it won't move. If I can get it to move. I don't want to do that. I don't know why they're doing that. Now that's acting up. Can y'all see me?
I can see you.
But I'm trying to get this off my screen here. The chat box. Shalom, Sister Denora. Welcome today. Hallelujah. I done messed up something here. I did it this morning and I got it off here somehow. I don't know how it stopped. There it is. Taking it off. I was trying to, let me go ahead and drop this in the I'll go ahead and drop this down here in the, oh, wait a minute. And I know I did it. Share, invite. Sometimes this technology just want to act up now, y'all. I don't know what's going on with that. Let's see this. Now, isn't that amazing? My copy. Is it copied? What in the world?
What you done?
I ain't done nothing. Can they hear me? Can anybody hear me in the chat? Can y'all hear me in the chat? I guess I see. I don't know because it's not moving. The chat is not moving. Oh yes, yes. They say yeah, yes. You say they can hear me. I'm trying to put the action. Hello, sister Judith, Judy, Elizabeth. How are you today? Shalom to you. I don't know why is this not allowing me. And it tells you can have up to 10 people on your screen at once. Let me see instruction for the guests. Okay, as long as y'all can see me. We're going to get started, guys. Let me see. Before the broadcast, make sure you have the following: a laptop or a recent version of Chrome or Firefox. That's a laptop. I want to see what it can do for the if you're on an iOS 14.2, they say they recommend you updating your device before joining because it might be not up to date. That's probably why you can't come in on the phone. And if you're on the laptop and you have issues, you probably have to join coming in on the on Google. And if you now let's see about the now for as the one I have. Okay, because it should work if you have the what the other one is, Ari. We got the Android. If you're on Android, say if you don't have a laptop or desktop, then you can join on your phone. But the experience is usually best on the laptop. On the Android, we recommend the Chrome browser. And on your iOS, they say you must use Safari.
That'd be Apple.
Yeah. It sounds like to me somebody was able to come in. Let's see who that's able to pop in. Okay, who was okay. Is it telling you need to connect they need to connect their mic and cam before you can add them. There's a mic and there's if you see your mic and your cam button, Sister Robbie.
Okay.
If you click that on, you should be able to come in. I wonder if she hear me. Because otherwise, you're saying you need to click on your mic and your cam before you can before I can add you in. So if you're coming in, you got to click on your mic and your mic/cam. Is that what you see, Mr. Lewis? You come in, Sister Ivan. When you come
Right
in, huh?
now, right now mine is at a stop. Because I
Yours
just
at
came in. Yeah.
see, I can't see from that side.
Because on my side, it
I
says,
don't like what's going on over here in my chat room. It's like it's frozen. I can't do anything with it. What's up with that picture? But anyway, I can see what they're doing, but I can't see the time is. I don't understand what's going on here. I really don't. I don't know what is happening. All kind of crazy stuff is going on. As long as they can if they can see me and they can hear me, that's all that matters. I don't know. I don't know why the chat seems like it's frozen. I was trying to put the. It won't let me. You right. We're having issue, and I see. You, are you? Let me add her. All right, you, Sister Robbie. There he is. Now it's look like it's going back to what it's supposed to. No. Well, you're in, but I don't see you. But that's okay if I don't see you. But I see you spinning though. And I'm trying to put the link in my it's not even giving me an opportunity to put the link in. I don't know what the heck is going on. And I spoke to them this morning. Let me open that up and close that. That's the chat. I don't now. You know what? All this foolery, and this didn't happen before I sat here, and this was going fine. Nevertheless, now show maybe it'll stop because Robbie's in, but she's spinning here. But nevertheless, let's see. Can I go ahead and share? Let's share here. Extra camera. What is it with the extra camera? No, that's extra. That's something else. Share the screen. All right, let's get started. It will all come together. Yes, it will. Thank you. It will. It need to hurry up though. Okay. All righty. See, I should be able to allow at least 10 people should be able to come in here. I don't know why Rob is still turning. I don't know if that's on her end or not.
her phone.
Yeah, it might be her telephone. But anyway, let's get started. All right. As you see today, we are talking about Yahuah, Israel's Liberator, through our what? Yahushua. We're going to be talking about this, and we're going to see how connected all this foolery is with the lesson today. Shalom. Sister Sophia, blessings to you. Hallelujah. Let's get started. We're going to be in Ezekiel, the 30th chapter. And I do have some slides, and I hope they act right. I have some other things I want to introduce. Well, we're going to be talking about as well, along with this, to bring it to some forefront to us. Come on, Minister Lewis. If you read the first 10, and then I'll probably take up from there and keep going. But just go ahead and read that, and then I will start.
All right. Ezekiel 30th chapter, started with the first verse. The word of Yahuah came again unto me, saying, verse 2, Son of man, prophesy and say, Thus says Yahuah Elohim, how ye woe worth the day. Verse 3, For the day is near, even the day of Yahuah is near, a cloudy day. It shall be the time of the heathen.
Wow.
Verse 4, and the sword shall come upon Egypt, and great pain shall be in Ethiopia, when the slain shall fall in Egypt, and they shall take away her multitude, and her foundation shall be broken down. Verse 5, Ethiopia and Libya and Lydia and all the mingled peoples and cherub, and the men of the land that is in the lead shall fall with them by the sword.
Hmm.
Verse 6, thus says Yahuah, they also that uphold Egypt shall fall, and the pride of her power shall come down. From the tower of Syrian shall they fall in it by the sword, says Yahuah Elohim. Verse 7, and they shall be desolate in the midst of the country that are desolate, and her city shall be in the midst of the cities that are wasted. Verse 8, and they shall know that I am Yahweh when I have set a fire in Egypt, and when all her helpers shall be destroyed.
Hmm.
Verse 9, in that day shall messengers go forth from me in ships to make the careless Ethiopian afraid, and great pain shall come upon them, as in the day of Egypt, for lo, it cometh. Verse 10, thus says Yahuah Elohim, I will also make the multitude of Egypt to cease by the hands of Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon.
Hmm.
Verse 10.
We looking at Ezekiel. A matter of fact, we're looking at the 6 o'clock news, y'all. I'm always amazed and yet overjoyed when I can read something that we have a witness to as we read it. I call it the 6 o'clock news, Channel 4 News. He said, the word of Yah, a Messiah in this case, came unto me saying, Son of man, prophesy and say, I need you to say this. Thus says Yahuah Elohim, howl ye, woe worth the day. Why? He said, for the day is what? Near. And we can see this thing coming to light as we never seen it before. For the day is near, even the day of what? Elohim is near. The Messiah is near to come back. He said, a cloudy day, it shall be the time of the heathen. Did we not talk about this? This has been ringing now for over 2 weeks. In a place of it, like an intense announcement to the peoples of the Most High Elohim. He's ringing out, is near. Our heathen finna see some what? Dark times. And he says in number 4, and he said, and the sword shall come upon what? Egypt. And what? Great pain what shall be in Ethiopia. When the slain shall fall in Egypt, and they shall take away her what? Multitude, and her foundations shall be broken down. The things that they stand on, which they call their strength and their power, will all diminish before them in that day. And then he goes on to say, number 5, Ethiopia and Libya and Lydia and all what? The mingled people, everybody that wants to be with them. in this plight is going down. He said, and Chub, and the men of the land that is in lead, the one that's in charge, shall fall with them by the sword. And I'm gonna get in number 6, and we're gonna get into some deep study on the ones I've already read. He said, thus says Yahuah, they also that uphold Egypt shall fall, and the pride of her power shall come down, and from the tower of Syene shall they fall in it by sword, says Yahuah Elohim. And I'm going into number 6, because number 6 is going to give us some background on what we was talking about and what's really is going on here. Matter of fact, I don't want to go there yet. Let me go here first. In this tower, when they're talking about the Tower of Syene, this Tower of Syene basically it is set in Egypt. They have renamed it, like they always do, rename stuff. Let me get a better picture here. And I'm going to open it up so you can see it. Matter of fact, I'm going to open all these up as I talk. Oops. Okay, I don't know. Okay, let's look at it this way. They're talking about the tower of, I don't know why this is. Let me see, because I want you to see it first, and then I'll read it. Okay. So we're talking about the tower which was serene. Now, this tower that we're talking about today, Ezekiel wasn't even born. Ezekiel born in 588. And by the time of 622 BC, he was prophesying this particular building. And the thing is, this building was not built until 1970. But he prophesied back in 622 BC. It said it gives you some background. It is 230 foot tall. They call it Tower of Syene. That's what the Bible called it. But now they changed the name to, as you can see, the name has been changed. That they always do to hide stuff. And he said it was constructed by the Russian engineers, because all of them tied in this thing together, next to the Egyptian Aswan High Dam. And we're going to talk about the dam and why this is so significant, and why this fall of all these other countries, along with this new Egypt, they're all going down. And he says the Tower of Syene located at the site of the ancient village Aswan, or the Syene in Hebrew. And then it tells us, shortly after Ezekiel wrote his prophecy, Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, conquered Egypt and took some of the Egyptians in hostage, and they were allowed to return home later. Now that didn't happen after 40 years, because they had went in slavery too. See, but never has the land of Egypt been utterly desolate, that no foot of a man or beast shall pass through it for 40 years. See, they went in, they was captured too, and they was punished for our slavery. But we're gonna keep going. So it says, therefore, this prophecy must be fulfilled in the future. See, in the future, just like we say they took us into captivity, they're going into captivity. They ain't went yet. Now, I want to correct that. They haven't gone yet, but they're going into captivity too, because they was part of all of this.
Mm-hmm.
And this is that modern day what we are talking about. They're going into captivity, just like they took us into. Everybody that has some dealing with Israel is going into captivity. And it says, so how might Ezekiel prophecy be fulfilled? Let's talk about that. Ezekiel prophecy that the Elohim will set a fire in Egypt. Now we know we talk about this. He said that, thus says Yahuah. He said, they also that uphold Egypt shall fall, and the pride of her power shall come down from the tower of Zion, and shall they fall in it by what the sword, such as Yahuah Elohim has said, and they shall be desolate or destroyed in the midst of the countries. They are desolate, and her cities shall be in the midst of the cities that are wasted, and they shall know that I am Elohim. When I have set a fire. Then let's look at what the writer say. The dams, the mention are so massive that it is considered indestructible. The saboteurs using ordinary explosive would make a dent in it because it's so massive. Experts have said that one or two well-placed nuclear bombs, because that's what it's going to take to bring it down. Listen at this. It's going to take a nuclear bomb to bring this structure down. Then it says, could that be, well, please, wait a minute, let me go back to where it said. So ordinary explosion wouldn't make a dent. However, experts have said that one or two well-placed nuclear bombs could blow it wide open. This would result in flooding of the Nile from Aswan to the Mediterranean. The writer say, could this be what Ezekiel speaks about when he says a fire, which is a nuclear bomb, has been set in Egypt? Nuclear blast would contaminate the waters of the Nile across the full length of Egypt and make it uninhabitable by man or beast. That's why I said ain't nobody gonna be in there. He said a nighttime nighttime satellite view, as you can see to the bottom, it shows that the entire population of Egypt is concentrated in the Nile River Valley, close to all this river. Everything will be annihilated. And then it goes on to say, so when this catastrophe occurred, in the scripture, the day of Yahuah refers to the 7-year tribulation. The word of Elohim came to me, son of man, prophesy and say, this is what the sovereign Yahuah says. Woe, and say, at last, that day, for that day is near. The day of Elohim is near, or the day of our Messiah is near. The day of clouds, a time of doom for the nations. A sword will come against Egypt. It's happening. It's going to happen. It was not anybody. This, I don't know. Is she in here? I don't think she's in here. I'm not sure. But anyway, as you can see, it said, but after 40 years, the Yahuah will have mercy on the Egyptians. And then it said, I can't hardly read that because it's so small. I don't know where I get. Increase it a little bit so I can see it. And so you all can see it. He said, yet this is what the sovereign Elohim has says. At the end of 40 years, I will gather the Egyptians from the nation where they were scattered. I will bring them back from captivity and return them to Upper Egypt, the land of their ancestry. They will be a lowly king. They will not be puffed up when they show up again. They won't be hitting their chest and talking about what I did.
In other words, he's going to humble them.
They will be humbled.
Yep. So
ain't nothing like to humble somebody when they done had it all and all of a sudden they broke.
Yes, yes.
And here he is saying here, according Ezekiel wrote down the name of what Tower Said 2,500 years, y'all,
Before it was
before it was built.
built.
But even more amazing, those who are in the book of life had their names written down before what? The creation of the world.
Mm-hmm.
See, all this thing, I can't keep telling you, we are predestinated people. He said, all those who have accepted Yah's free gift of salvation and are redeemed by what? The blood of the Lamb.
Yeah.
Have their names written in the Lamb's book of life from what? Before the creation of the world. We can find that in Revelation 13 and 8 and 17 and 8.
Mm-hmm.
And then it goes on to show us on the one of the seven angels carried me away. This is John talking. Carried me away in the spirit to a mountain great and high, and showed me the holy city, Jerusalem, coming down out of the heavens from what?
Mm-hmm.
Elohim. So that lets you know you ain't going up. You're not dwelling in heaven.
You're not
Those
getting
ones that
caught
think
up.
they're gonna be going, they're gonna walk around heaven all day.
No.
You're not gonna be walking around in the heaven all day. He's telling you that the new Jerusalem is coming down from out of the what? The Shamayim of Elohim.
Mm-hmm. Descending down.
He said, nothing impure will what? Ever enter it, nor will anyone who does what is shameful or deceitful, but only those who what? Names are written in the Lamb's book of life. And it gives us an overview. Now let's get back to this here, this tower. This basic tower, as you can see, it is situated in this because this connects all these people together. It's even connecting, and this dam that's been connecting Russia along with Egypt because they were doing business together.
Yeah.
And matter of fact, this because of they were able to build this dam, the loan came from Russia. Let's keep going. We can prove all this. And why now you ask yourself, this building, they built this building. See, all this stuff is so in connected, it's just unbelievable. This building is built this way because it's built in the shape of what we call a lotus flower. I don't know how many people are familiar with a lotus flower. Let's get into the meaning of that. The meaning of the lotus flower. Now, this is what it's based upon. And we know who worship this. He said the lotus flower grows in the deep mud, far away from the sun. But sooner or later, the lotus reaches the light, becoming the most powerful, beautiful flower ever. The lotus flower is regarded in many different cultures, especially in the Eastern religions. It's as a symbol of purity, enlightenment, self-regeneration, and rebirth. Its characteristics are a perfect analogy for the human condition. Even its roots are in the dirtiest waters. The lotus produces the most beautiful flower. Now they will take something so sacred and so beautiful and turn it around to something ugly and make a god out of it when it's just a flower. And then it said the meaning of the lotus flower in Buddhism. We talked about that. According to Buddhism, every person has the potential to become perfect and enlightened. And it is just a matter of time until each human reaches what? The light. Now, what light they talking about? You got to understand what light they talking about. He says, the Buddhists believe that it's necessary to be what? Reborn. Thousands of times. Listen at this. Reborn thousands of times.
Of course they do.
Polishing one's being through many incarnations. That's why they worship all them animals over there. Everything is somebody. They don't care if it's a bug. They know it's a spirit. It's somebody's spirit. They'll come back as a bug. He said that it's necessary to be reborn thousands of times. Polishing one's being through many incarnations until one reaches, nirvana. Nirvana, what did he say? The highest state of consciousness that humans can what? Access.
That's it. You can't get no higher than that.
And then he talking about, so the Buddha is sometimes what? Depicted. That's why y'all see him floating on top of this flower. So the Buddha is sometimes depicted sitting on a lotus flower, which is what? Symbolizing the one who overcame the pain of that prevails in the material world and became enlightened just like the lotus. Well, in other words, they call themselves gods.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what they're doing.
Exactly.
The one who overcame the pain of that prevails in the material world and became enlightened, just like the lotus flower, which starts to grow in the what? In the dirt and muddy waters, but manages to surpass the water and produce. That's so now you ain't gonna surpass the water. You got to come through the water. Listen what they're saying here. We know we got to go through the water. We got to go through baptism. They tell you can surpass it. Just like the lotus flower, which starts to grow in the dirty and muddy water, but manages to surpass the water and produce a what? Perfect flower. Many Hindu gods are depicted sitting or standing on a lotus flower for the same reason. They believe this. And that's why they worship it. That's the reason why we see this building that sits like this. Because that's a place of worship for them that's sitting right by what? This here this dam that now the Russian really gave them the money to build, which they really tied to the Russians. Because they'll never pay the money back anyway. And they'll build this dam. Let's get over here. They built this dam. This dam is so so wide. I got the number of how wide it is. Let me get over here because I looking at the reason why it looks good, but it brought destruction to the many people that are around, especially the people of the Most High Elohim.
Like 3,800.
It's so many miles apart. It's like 22 miles wide or something like that, and so many miles long. And while them doing that, it cut off the water supply to the other nations. Caused them to go into poverty. Okay, let me look at this here because I put this up because I know this guy was talking about this, but I want to. This is what this dam has caused. And you know that's why the Father gonna bring them down. It caused what? It was ecological issue. The loss of land from sea pushing back, the coastline erosion from lack of sediment, a huge loss in the sardine, and a huge loss in sardines and shrimp industry, crops affected by the soil. It was salinity and water logging. It's the slit built up in the dam, reduced capacity. Fertilizer now required to grow crop. They never had to do this in there because the land. See, when the Nile River overran, let me come out of here and reduce this now. When the Nile River overran its banks and came down to the Oh, come on. Get out of there. I am so tired of this today. What is this? I don't know why this is acting up like this today. But anyway, I can't even see y'all what y'all saying. Uh, but then I guess it'll disappear when it want to disappear because this don't make no sense. This they ain't making no kind of sense. But anyway, as we can see, this caused so much destruction when they built the dam because when the Nile River, because you got two sides of the Nile River. They got the white side and you got I think they blue side. But anyway, when the snow and all would melt, it would come down. And when that snow would come down, it would cause what we call all um this nutrients from the plants above to come down and make what they call brown dirt, which went into what? The ocean, the Mediterranean. And what it did, it fed the fish, it fed the water, it purified the Mediterranean, and it caused people to have water, fresh water. It caused the farmers to produce, it caused the fishermen to be able to make a living. But what they did, they honestly turned around and they built this dam because they didn't want to be flowed with water every year. And this happened. And when they built this dam, they built it well for their reason. They weren't talking about. They cared nothing about the people. And these scriptures are telling you that's why the Father. He hasn't forgot what they done to his people. So let's get back over here to the word. I don't know. Can I get this thing off? This is getting on my nerve today. I don't know why is this thing doing this. If I can. Now, y'all hold fast a minute because I'm going to try to refresh. If I don't, I'll have to come back in. Let's see if can I. Yeah, I want to reload.
Yeah, like my level. Victory is mine. Victory, victory shall be mine. With all my peace, oh yeah, like my level. Victory, victory shall be mine. Hello. Oh,
All right. Well, you can see me now.
yeah, I see you.
Okay. Can y'all see it here in the chat?
Oh, X Wanda. What did I get? See, I'm going next. Did you see y'all? See you.
Can y'all see it here in the chat? Oh goodness. Did I? Okay, Denora say yes, they can. All right, great. All right. Okay, let's get started again.
Again.
Well, we see what kind of day this is going to be. All right. Let's get back over here into the word. All right, thank you. All right, let's get back. Let's keep going. Okay, thus says Yahuah, they also that what uphold Egypt shall fall, and the pride of her power shall come down. We already read the pride of her power, as they will be humble.
Yeah.
And now we know why. Because of the wrongdoing. See, I know we're going through, but they're doing this to our peoples all over the world.
There they are.
All over the world, they're going through, they're doing these kind of heinous things to us
Yep.
as a people. And he say, number 7, and they shall be desolate or destroyed in the midst of the countries. They are desolate, and her cities shall be in the midst of the cities that are wasted. And they shall know that I am what? The Messiah, when I have set a fire in Egypt, and when all her helpers shall be destroyed. Everybody's with her.
That's
Everybody
right.
that joined with her is going down with her.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody will be spared. And then he asks, and then he says here in number 9, and I'm going. Let me see. Let me go number 8. I want to go to 8. Let's go with him. Number 8. Okay. Ezekiel tells us 9:29-6. The previous chapter say, and all the inhabitants of Egypt shall know that I am Yahuah, because they have been a staff. Listen what he's saying. They have been a staff of a reed to the house of Israel. They have been nothing but trouble.
Yep. That's what it is.
They have nothing but what? Pain
And
to his
suffering.
people. And Psalm 58:11 say, so that a man should say, verily, there is a reward for the righteous. Verily, he is, or surely he is what? Elohim that judges the earth. And we'll say that, yes, he is the one that's going to judge. And we see this is that day. This
Yes,
is
it
that
is.
time. This
Yes,
is
it
the
is.
time for us as a people to get ourselves in order, because there's some things we was talking about. I don't know how many of y'all got on what they
Last
call
night.
biblical tea. But we were just talking about this just before I got online. It's time. Listen, if you got money and stuff, y'all go ahead and get it. Because after this line conference coming up, that they're gonna try to make what Russia the fault why America going through what it's going through. Trust me, they gonna use that, but they're gonna do this, and this stuff been played back years ago. We can see what the Father said was gonna happen. Ezekiel telling us they had this stuff playing years ago, and we are going on about our little everyday business, not knowing what's happening while you sleep. We read these words. He said, while you yet asleep, they're up devising your hurt.
Yes, sir. Yes, it does.
These people don't sleep. They up all times of night planning how they can destroy his people. It's about us. This thing, they trying to make it economical, but it's going to affect economically. But it's really is about religious. It's about a spiritual thing. This is all about a spiritual warfare against our Abba Yah and his people.
Yep.
So we got to be in alignment with the things of the Most High. He says, so that a man shall say, verily, there is a reward for the righteous, and it is. Surely he is Elohim that judges the earth. Ezekiel said in 22:31, therefore have I poured out my indignation upon them. I am going to deal with them. I have consumed them. Listen what he said. I love when the Father said, he said, I have consumed it. Now I'm going to walk with it. See, when he said they're already destroyed, they might go years and years and years thinking they got away. But he said he have what? He have consumed them. He had to destroy them. They already destroyed. They're already dead men walking. And we are beginning to see this thing come to pass. He's allowing us to see it. We give him glory for this. Therefore have I poured out my indignation upon them. I have, what did he say? That's past tense. I have consumed them with the fire of my wrath.
Mm-hmm.
See, all that stuff they done build it for themselves.
And for their own hurt.
They have created their own weapons of warfare. Their own, what? That's their own demise. He said, their own way have I, well, this is what he's saying. Their own way have I recompense upon their heads. The way they treated his people, he going to give them a dose of their own medicine. They're going to be rewarded for what they have done. He says Yahuah Elohim, I'm going to do with them what they have done to my people. And everyone that want to be with them, want to be buddy with them, I'm going to destroy them too. That's why he say the mingle people. All your ace boom coons, was you black, white, green, or gray, you're going down with them. Because he have no respect to the people. Anybody that have come out against his people going down. He says, and it shall be no more the confidence of the house of Israel, which bringeth their iniquity to remembrance. He said, when they shall look after them, but they shall know that I am the Yahuah. We don't have to worry about this stuff anymore. All we got to do is keep looking up now. Because our redemption draws nigh. He's setting them up to be destroyed by their own devices. He says, Ezekiel 30, which way we are. I haven't even got to that. I'm not even going to read those yet. He said, but I will send a fire in the house of Hazael, which shall devour the palaces of Ben-Hadad, which is now what Baghdad they call it now? Something like that. Amos 1:7 say, but I will send a fire. Listen what I say. I'm going to send a fire on the walls of Gaza, which shall devour the palaces thereof. He telling us what he's going to do. And we can just sit back, get our lawn chair, sit back and watch. Don't forget your shades now.
Bright light.
When you see the bright lights coming, have on your shades.
I know that's right.
Your 3D shades on. And he said in Amos 1:10 said, but I will send a fire on the wall of Tyrus, which shall devour the palaces thereof. See, when people read these scriptures, they think it's something that happened long, but they don't understand they got the seed of Tyrus is still living. The seed of Gaza is still moving and doing their thing. The seed of this other one, let me go back up here. The seed of Hazael, all of them is still functioning. And he's going to do them just what he thinks. They're with our enemy. He's going to destroy them. Then he said, Amos 1:12 say, but I will send a fire to Teman, which shall devour the palace of Bozrah. It's Bozrah. And then he said, Amos 1:14, but I will kindle fire in the wall of Rabbah, and it shall devour the palaces thereof with shouting in the day of battle, and the tempest in the day of the whirlwind. It's not only going to be this Babylon. All of them going to feel this. What they're trying to do to us, they go listen. That they put a song out a long time ago. When you dig one, dig two. The trap you set just might be for you. See, they got all these things that they do. We don't know if all this stuff that they have planned that they think they're going to do what, destroy us. Because it's all about it. Why you think Great Britain, I mean, not Britain, yeah, Britain. Is it Britain? Yeah, Britain. That don't want the people to lead, the black people to lead. They tell them they can't go. They're telling them to pray for them. They got some kind of nerve.
Yeah, don't they?
They're not letting the black listen. They're gonna be that way in America. They ain't gonna want us to leave out of here either.
Mm-hmm.
These countries don't want they don't want the black folks to leave out of these countries. Because in their mind, just like we stated earlier, in their mind, they already know. Because if the young people's in there, they think they're not going to be bummed, but they don't understand. He will send a bum and blow one up, and you can be standing beside him.
That's right. Drop like flies.
Don't they know how precision, the Father move with precision? If he can cut the marrow out between, he can take the marrow out of the bone and don't destroy the bone. You talking about somebody, they don't even know what they're talking about. It doesn't matter whether we in the city or not. He gonna destroy them. He gonna show them what the miracle is. You don't have to let them go, because I can destroy you sitting right beside him with a chain on.
Mm-hmm.
They don't understand who they're dealing with now. In this day, they got their stuff going on, but y'all have his plan too.
Yes,
he getting them. He letting them get their what? He letting them get all their little stuff together. Mm-hmm. But Amos said, "But I will kindle fire in the wall of Rabbah, and it shall devour the palaces thereof with shouting in the day of battle, with a tempest in the day of what? Of the whirlwind." See, he'll send it while they sitting up there looking for one thing. He'll send a tornado in there.
Yes, he will.
Deuteronomy 32:22 tells us, so say, "For a fire is kindled in my anger, and shall burn unto the lowest hell, and shall what? Consume the earth with her increase, and set on fire the foundations of the mountains." He's not playing. And those that awake and those that understand this, we are at ease. Because we know the Father said he will and fight for us, and he's showing us how he's going to do it. See, we have the plan. We actually have the layout of what the Father is going to do to our enemy. He said, "Therefore he has poured upon him the fury of his anger and the strength of battle, and it has what? Set him on fire round about." Don't y'all see all the fires that all of the missiles and stuff they're sending, everything burning? And when they really get ready to take out, the Father gonna let them release what? Their missile, whatever this nuclear bombs.
Mm-hmm.
But he said, "Yet he knew not, and it burned him." This is too funny. I'm gonna read this all over again. "Therefore he has poured out upon him the fury of his anger and the strength of battle, and it has set him on fire round about. Yet he knew not, and it burned him." He had no idea what's going to hit him. He said, "Yet he laid it not to heart." He didn't even consider it was me that burned it. See, they're not even considering it is our Yah that's burning them up. Mm-hmm. They're not even considering that the Father have them as the soul, as the workmanship, the service of what he's doing right now. He don't care. He said they don't even lay it in their heart who it is. They think it's them. They think it's their power. They think it's their strategy. Lamentation, the Elohim has accomplished his fury. He has poured out his fierce anger and has what? Kindled a fire in Zion. And it has devoured the foundation thereof. See, when the Father come out, he's wiping down to the foundation of it. He'll tear up even the foundation, and they get there will be nothing but dirt.
That's right.
He says it's going to be destroyed, and he's going to let the people see it. Isn't that amazing? He will destroy it in the middle of the city. They're going to see it all crumble. All those ones in the leadership, all is coming down. I don't care where they try. They can go under the earth, above the earth. It does not matter. And you're right. Psalm 31 and 7 and 8. I'm telling you right now, we got to dwell in that secret place of the Most High Elohim. What be a shadow? Be under
Of the
obedience.
Almighty. Mm-hmm.
Get up under His wings. Stay up under there.
God under the shadow of the Almighty.
And He said, there shall be no more what pricking briars. Oh, look at this! Look at this! I want to dance. He said, there shall be no more pricking briar unto the house of Israel, nor any grieving thorn of all that are round about them. Oh, we give Him glory. Hallelujah. Shalom, Sister Kiana. How are you? He says, not any grieving thorn of all that are round about them, that despise them. See what he said? That word that hate my people. And they shall know that I am Yahuah Elohim. They're going to know about me. If they don't know, they will know. If they think they're doing it in their strength, they're going to find out they didn't have none at all. What they were allowed to do, I allowed them to do it. But they further the cause. I didn't tell them to do my people the way they done. Ezekiel 28 said, and they shall what? Dwell safely therein, and shall build houses and plant vineyards. Yea, they shall dwell with confidence. We don't have to worry about the 1922 when they come in and bum up the city. When they had an all-black, thriving, rich black city in Oklahoma, Arkansas. I think it was Arkansas. It was Arkansas. Where they have a thriving black business. Well, many. That's not the only place. They had one down in Florida they went and destroyed. They had one in New York they destroyed. They had several they have destroyed.
Everywhere you see a lake, they destroyed the black.
When you all those lakes,
all them lakes,
even on the island where we are right now, was black island on deep blue water. They have destroyed
and made lakes out of them.
That's right. That's what. See, this is the thing. What they're doing now. Now they could let loose this dam on these people and destroy them.
Yeah.
He said, but I will send fire upon Moab. We know who that is. And it shall devour the palace of Kiror. And Moab shall die. Listen what it Moab shall die with what? Tumult, with trouble. With shouting and with the sound of the trumpet. Father is coming for them. We just sit back and watch Him work. Because the enemy is coming down. It is the day of what Ezekiel said, it's the day of the heathen. Our day is over. We don't have to wait till the battle's over. We can start shouting now. Our day is what? Our victory is now.
Yes, it is.
Because He said this is the day of the heathen. They don't know this. They don't understand they have been fired from their job for what? Brutalizing us and killing us, but somebody hasn't got the note yet.
Don't read their memos.
They better read the memos. He said, Nahum tells us, Amos 2 and 5 say, but I will send a fire upon Judah. See, we got to get it together too, and it shall devour the palace of Jerusalem. See, one thing I like about our Yah, He's fair.
Yes, He is.
He is fair. He will not. He don't tolerate unjust from nobody.
Mm-mm.
If He's going to do it to Israel, you know He's going to do it to our enemies. Nahum said 1 and 5, he said, the mountains quake at Him, and the hills melt, and the earth is burned at His presence. So that's why I keep saying, I want to see how they're supposed to go fight Him. That His very presence is going to burn them up. And yea, the world and all that dwell therein, everything go into what? Flame when He show up. Because He is an all-consuming fire. And nothing can stand before Him. Oh, they don't know what they're dealing with. See, they think they got somebody coming back here to bring them. See, they're looking for their God, the one that they're looking for to bring forth this, because all this is bringing forth their created Messiah. And they're looking at he gonna bring peace on the earth. They looking for peace.
Yeah, right.
And we know our Messiah has come, because when he come back, he coming back for war. He's not coming back for peace.
That's right.
Oh, we give him glory. Let's move on to number 9. He said, in that day shall messengers. He says, messengers go forth from me in ships. This is what he's saying. In that day shall messengers go forth from me in ships to make the careless Ethiopians afraid. And great pain shall come upon them as in the day of Egypt. For lo, it cometh, it's coming. Just because you don't see it happening yet, he says coming. He's not spared not one that had their hand in the neck of his people, or their knee or their feet on their neck. Thus says Yahuah Elohim, I will also make the multitude of Egypt to cease by the hand of Nebuchadnezzar, king of Judah. See, he always got someone better than the next one. Because some people, they're wanted, they've gone so long undefeated that they get the big head that they don't have no other superpower out there. But they all of them in cahoots together. But see, what happening is really is because when you look at, they go to these conferences together, and they know what's supposed to happen with this going on. But the end result of this thing is about what? A spiritual war. It's about all of our Elohim and them. It's trying to make his people become to worship what? Lucifer. That's what this stuff is about. Even though they're doing all this here, the economical stuff to bring down what this world system, and that's what their system anyway, that they built was unrighteous towards his people anyway. And they're doing this because they wanted to collapse this thing, and they're going to collapse it. Listen, what I'm saying, they're going to, not only out of my mouth, so the T mouth, Truth Unlimited, everybody you can talk to right now, they own YouTube is telling you that the system is going to collapse.
Always, in time of war, he'd always shut everything.
Oh, Shabbat Shalom, Brother James. How are you? All praise to the Most High.
Before we got on this day, that's good.
And he's saying in what? Thus say Elohim, I will also make the multitude of Egypt to what? Cease by the hand of Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon. So in other words, the U.S. is not what? The superpower. And when they say New World Order, keep in mind, if they're saying New World Order, that means it ain't gonna be no it can't be America. They can't be in charge if you're talking about a New World Order. None of these nations can exist if you're talking about a new world order. You can't be divided. I want this for my nation, that for that nation. They can't be divided.
No, one on.
They have to be, it's like a corporate takeover. They have to be resolved.
Under one.
You can't run one. You resolve the whole thing and become one company. And that's what they're doing. But we'll be all right if we stay in the presence of the Most High Elohim. But we have somebody fighting for us. We have a warrior, and he will not fail us. He said, thus says Yahuah, number 11, he and his what? People with him. And then he tell you, the terrible of the nations. This is going to be worse than worse. Putin is going to show them. Y'all thought y'all were bad. Because these people live to die.
Of course.
That kind of mindset live to die. They're not afraid of death. And then when he do what he got to do, because he only a servant of the Most High too. It's like friends them felt, listening here. These are just friends them fell out with each other because the one trying to overpower the other. That's all it is. Because if he get back in friends with them, especially Egypt and all of them, because Egypt ain't nothing with America too, all of them ruling all of that now. He said he and his people with him, the turtle of the nation shall be brought to destroy what? The land. And they shall draw their sword against Egypt and fill what? The land with the slain.
Mm-hmm.
Or we give him glory. He's telling us that it's inevitable that this thing is going down. And we see the make of it. And this thing is at our door. It is so close to us that we can smell it. You can already see it in your view. We've been talking about this and singing about this a long time and writing about this, dancing about this. And it's upon us. We see the makeup is happening right now. That's why I told you I'm just reading you all the 6 o'clock news. Then he said, number 12, and I will make the rivers dry. And listen what the Father say, and sell the land into the hand of the wicked. And I will make the land waste and all that is therein by the hand of strangers. I, Yahuah, what? Have spoken it. I'm going to do it. Just like you parted my land and you took it from my people and you caused them to go into poverty, you taking their land unfairly and they have suffered, you taking their generation of wealth and give it to your people. I'm going to do the same thing for you. You will suffer this fate.
Mm-hmm.
He said, thus says Yahuah Elohim, I will also destroy the idols. Oh, he coming for the idols.
Mm-hmm.
And I will cause their images to cease out of note. And there shall be no more a prince of the land of Egypt.
That's right.
You will not see this big old lotus sitting up in. You won't see this big old tower sitting up in there anymore. Symbolizing they don't have to go through the water no more. They don't have to do anything. They can be what God they want to be.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to get into this over here too. Is another part of this I want to get into. Let's see.
This is acting right.
Huh?
Is it acting right now? This something pulled up.
Okay. I don't know. I need to come out of it. I just didn't want the guy to talk. Oh, what in the heck is that, y'all?
And here you go.
No, there you go, nothing. And see, that's what's wrong with our people. They always somewhere dancing and don't know nothing. Yeah, I just say, let me get in here. And see, all these, a lot of times our people don't understand. I've got to go, I'm gonna bring this back so you can see this deal.
Another
admission. As I was saying, because of the nutrient-rich flood water had what? A fertilizing effect on the Mediterranean Sea. 50% of the Nile flow drained into the Lavines basin. Discharge of the nutrient salt in flood average 5,500 tons of phosphate. And phosphate is what is needed for plant and fish and all to survive. And then it says, and 280,000 tons of silicate. The what they say, the phytoplankton synthesize these nutrients into organic matter, providing a vital food source for fish. 50,000 kilometers of irrigation and drainage canals provide water to crops in the delta, wheat, flax, and pepper. This is what they grew. And this is what caused what? Poverty to the people. And this is why the Father said, you did all this to my people, you're going to suffer this too. And when we're dealing with the enemy, when the enemy comes against us and he starts dealing in this manner, destroying everything we got, and that's why our people right now in this America, if they will leave us alone as a people, we will be over them anyway. And they know that, because you won't even have much now, and you look where you are now, many of you. And the enemy knows that, because they know that, listen, it takes the Most High to be with a people that's been impoverished, that's been crushed, and yet they still survive and still what? You see them still prospering. They making it bit, if you is on welfare, they ain't gonna give you but a little bit to make sure you don't prosper, but they understand why you prospering, and they know they're not giving you much. You ain't prospering with the hand what they give you anyway, but they don't understand that when the Father say he's with us, he is to be a little sanctuary over people no matter where he have cast us out. We are still under his power and his anointing. We still his anointed ones. And when we turn back to him, even that, I'm going to say it like this too. Even the ones that haven't turned, they know that they're still going to church, think they're doing it right. They're still under that umbrella. Therefore, right. So the Father still blesses them with certain things.
That's true.
That's what he said. It rained on the just as well as the unjust.
Yes, he did.
So just like they see that this spirit been doing this all over the world, and I'm just bringing this to us to let the same thing they have done to us. They flooded out these black neighborhoods that was on the front of the water, on the waterfront, because they wanted it.
Yes, they did.
And then they claim they wanted it, they go out there and put a park out there. They just didn't want you on it. That's what happened to the land over here on St. Simon and all these other surrounding islands. It was all black owned.
Yes, it was.
The best of the best.
Yes, it was.
They thought they were putting us out because they tried to live over there, but the mosquitoes was killing them over there. Our people was going on about their business. Now, because of technology, they don't learn how to get rid of all that. Now they go back over there and build a $500,000 house besides a little hut, a little home. The people say now they tax them out of over there. You think the Father is not going to take revenge on those foolishness that they've done? We see that what they've done in our parts of the town, of the cities that we are in. And you see what they've done now.
That's true.
Oh, they got to pay. They got a big debt to pay. That's why the Father said we're going to come out. We're going to come out for what rightfully belongs to us.
Yes.
When they give it to you, they ain't giving it to you. They just giving you what's yours. What they didn't pay you for anyway.
Exactly.
And he said, well, I'm going to get rid of your idols. I'm going to bring down what? I will also destroy the idols, and I will cause their images to cease. We will see every one of these places has an idol that has a symbol that stands in their what? In their city. Everyone. You go to any of these countries, they got a big symbol standing up. And just like we have what? The Statue of Liberty, they got what? This lotus or whatever we want to call it, symbol standing up, which they call Saim. Now they done changed the name. And they keep changing the name because they so you can't catch up with them.
And what?
But that days are over. See that we all that stuff evade us. We didn't even think about this stuff. Now look what the Father has done. Look what he has done to our minds, our mindset, our spirit, that we will now have a hunger to search out the truth. Not just stay independent, glad that we were Israel. He's taking us further than. No, I want you to see what I want you to really see. I want you to see what's going on around you and be attentive what your enemy is doing. This is not about hitting your chest and saying, I'm an Israelite. So what? The worst thing we can be now is a dumb one. Be ignorant to the fact that what's going on around us. We so head bent on around here, wrapping up and putting on shingles. What do you call them? I think shingles.
Not shingles.
Not shingles, y'all.
Fringes.
Fringes, not shingles.
Fringes.
Shingles is a disease. You don't put on no shingles. Put
Fringes.
no fringes. No, that ain't it. What's it? We got to have some knowledge and understanding.
That's right.
Because he ain't coming for that. He coming for, did you obey my word?
Yes.
Did you keep my word?
Yes.
Did you walk in it? Did you do it? Or you just walking around here like a $5 Indian with some stuff on? No. He coming for that heart. Have you that heart turned to me? Has that heart obeyed me? Don't be like this. These I call them lotus worship, saying they don't need they can bypass the water. We got some of our people telling they don't have to be baptized. You can bypass the water. The devil is a liar.
Yeah.
He has an order. The order is divine. If we don't follow it, we lose out.
That's true.
He does say, y'all, I will also destroy the idols, and I will cause their images to cease out of note. And there will be no more a prince of the land of Egypt. And I will put fear in the land of Egypt. And I will also make what? He will make Patros desolate, and will set fire in Zion, and will what? Execute judgment in No. And I will pour my fury upon sin. All these places. And he only doing that because they have what? Come against his people. We got to understand they came against his people. Therefore, this war is about them and us. This economical collapse, we're going to be all right if we stay with him.
That's right.
If we stay they say stay in the know. Knowing what the Father is doing, you're not going to know what he's doing until we get in his word. His word will tell us to watch every move of the enemy.
Yep.
We'll become familiar what's going on when we're in the word.
Yes.
They will pull a fast one on us. That's and right. I was looking at this whole situation, and what we call it confirmed that today. I said, you know what? Out of the mouth of 2 or 3, every word is established. This thing really, what they're doing, they're setting this thing up, and a lot of people don't understand this. They're setting this thing up for what the one world order. The one world order is all about changing the mind of the people to what? To be a worshiper of the Luciferian religion. That's when the tribulation started. Because they're going to come against you, myself, or whoever, to try to convert. That's why he says some of his people will be killed. Some of his saints will be killed because they will not turn. When you know what the truth is and you stand on the truth, we'll be like the 5 ball in the 3 in the fire. He said it's not because if he want to save us, if we die, we die. If it's not, he could save us if he want to, but we will not bow. And we got to have the same heart, the same understanding, and the same stick-to-itiveness when that thing show up. We got to understand that that day will come, and that day is upon us right now. If there's any weakling in us, we better start praying for divine strength to stand. Oh, we give him glory. He said, I will. He said, number 14. Let's go into number 14. Well, I don't want to go do that. I hate that. I hate it when they do that. That happens. Come on. Jeremiah 46 and 25 said, Yahuah of hosts, he said, the God, the Elohim of Israel, said, behold, I will punish the multitude of No and Pharaoh and Egypt with their gods. And what? With their kings, even Pharaoh and all them that trust in him. We don't have to worry because the enemy is coming down. Not only is he coming down, he's bringing down all their idols with them. Everything that symbolizes their strength. That's why the great lady got to fall in the sea. That's why you see this building that stand up about it, that's going to fall in the sea. And you know it's going down. When you see that their idols fall, you know they're not only their strength has collapsed, but their economy has collapsed. Ezekiel 29 said 14 said, and I will bring again the captivity of Egypt, and I will cause them to return into the land of Patros, into the land of their habitation, and they shall be in there a base kingdom. But their kingdom is not going to be the same kingdom. We got to understand what he's saying here. Because this is a revamp. Because that's still part of the area where we're going to be. All us one place. Part of Africa, they divided all this stuff up. Psalm 78 and 12, marvelous things did he in the sight of their fathers, and in the land of Egypt, in the field of Zion. Oh, we give him glory. Psalm says, 78:43 say, how he had wrought his signs in Egypt. We're going to see how he finished. We're going to see this because Ezekiel told us what's going to happen in this place. We're going to see the signs. We're going to see everything that the Father has sent through the mouth of his prophet. We're going to see it come to life because he's allowing us these days to see this thing happen. What he's telling us to be prepared for it, because I'm telling you that, look how many years has this been prophesied. Do you know, according to my calculation, when I calculated 500 BC to 622, he was 34 years old when he prophesied this. And that's been over what, 2,500 years ago. See, it's amazing. All this stuff that took place, and now we are upon this prophecy right now. We are witnessing this prophecy right now. It has been spoken, over 2,500 years ago. Numbers 13 and 22 say, and they ascended by the south and came unto Hebron, where Ahiman, Shishai, and Talmai, the children of Anak. Now we know who the children of Anak is. They are of the giants. They came there where now Hebron was built 7 years before Zion in Egypt. See, all this stuff is interconnected with, because when we're talking about these things, they seem like they're some kind of foreign country. Way off, but they're not. They're real close proximity in all these areas. They're not going to be over there anymore. When the Father gets through wiping them out, that's our land they're taking. and we will get it back. He's in Isaiah 19 and 11 says, surely the princes of Zion are fools. Listen to what he's saying. They're fools. The counsel of the wise counselors of Pharaoh is become brutish. How say ye unto Pharaoh, I am the son of the wise, the son of ancient of kings. In other words, they good to tell you who their heritage are. They love to tell you who their father and their father and father. One thing about it, they don't even love to tell you. If you go to their house, they got lined up. They're proud of their heritage. They can tell you that about their heritage, what line they came from. Was they evil or good?
Mm-hmm.
Some of that stuff I'll be ashamed to say.
Mm-hmm.
Nahum 3 and 8 said, art thou better than populous? No. That was situated among the rivers that he said that bad water that had waters round about it, whose rampart was the sea and her walls was from the sea. See, it's something, and I'm going to say this too. These things keep addressing the waters that surround these places, which made these places great. That's why I keep mentioning around the sea. They was close to the sea, which made them what? Wealthy cities. If you notice, every wealthy place has waterfront. They sit on the water where they can receive goods and trade. That what made them the what? The power that they are. That what made what? The U.S. the power that it stands in now. And now that they're getting to the point, Shabbat Shalom, Sister Inez 30 Hunt, all praises to you. And the thing is, what we got to understand is when the Father allows us to witness this thing, he's telling us all those cities get what he's saying. He keep telling us they was surrounded by the ocean. Was it the Atlantic Ocean? Was it the Mediterranean Ocean? It doesn't matter. It brought them wealth. And in bringing the wealth, they got puffed up. They got to the place where they looked down on the small people. And they would take advantage of them with unjust weights. They were doing things to the people, and they were cutting them off from their livelihood so they could, like they're doing us now. They cut them off from their livelihood, so now they can take advantage of them, and they have to come to them for trade. What you think about what they're doing now? That's why they're farmers. They told them farmers. They can't get them no more fertilizer. They won't be preparing them, sending them no more water. Now if they want to stay in business with them, they got to come up with a crop that they can grow. What thing can they grow up? They can grow without water. I can assure you it's nothing that we can eat. They can grow some hay. See, what that does, it instead of them being distributed the wealth, what they do, they turn around and they use it against the poor. They go around and tell them they can't do this and they can't do that. They put what? Sanction on the people that's in their country. Because what you think laws is sanction for us. It's telling us what we can and what we can't do. Some cities, they will go to jail if they put a garden in their yard. You can't even grow a tomato on your own porch. And that's what they was doing. They caused the people have now got to come to them, while now they can use them and abuse them with unjust weights. And so we seeing this, and the Father is calling in the card. And he's finna bring them all down. That's why he's mentioning all these countries, all these ones that are the authority, all the ones that what they call themselves the powerful ones. He's going to bring them down. That's why when we read the part where he said, I'm going to deal with them. You know what? Since I got this, I'm going to see, can I go ahead and paste this in here in case somebody wants to come in. All right. I was able to put that out there, Biblical Tea, if you want to come in or anyone want to try to come in on the platform. Because 10 people can come on this platform. If the Father giving you anything that you want to say or you got anything you want to add. Because this thing, you know, everybody, I put it like every mouth need to be open now. Every mouth. You might not know much as the next one know. What you know, somebody don't know it. We need to share it. He said, it shall come to pass in that day that this is the Messiah now. That the Messiah shall set his hand again on the second time to recover the remnant of his people. When he do that, Messiah is going to show up, which shall be left from Assyria, and from what? Egypt, and from Petros, and from Cush, and from Elam, and from Shinar, and from Hamath, and from the isles of the sea. Oh, we give him glory. Because see, that day is about upon us. It's coming fast. Then Isaiah 30:4 say, for his princes were at Zoan, and his ambassadors came to Hanes. See, the Father's finna deal with our enemy. We don't have to worry about what we have. What our concern is to be in right standing with the Most High Elohim and be on guard for what was taking place around us immediately and our family. Those that will heed and those that want this truth. And all you can do is pray for the ones that the Father open their eyes of understanding. That's all you can do for them. Well, you still can love them, but you still have to pray for them. He said, because they are Israel. That's what he's telling you, pray for your enemy, because they're enemies towards you because they don't like what you're telling them. And they become your enemy. That's what Yahuah say? Have I become your enemy? Since I told you the truth? I'm telling you the truth. Now you looking at me like I'm your enemy? That's how our people do us, because they still really want to be out there in the world. Because Christianity allow them to do that. They can go to church and they can have their girlfriend, their boyfriend. They can have 2 or 3 women in the church. Babies all over the church, and they can have their midnight runs. But when you come over here and you got to get the truth, all that have to cease. So now you making what? An enemy among your own people because you got to tell them the truth. He said, I will set fire. Where am I? And I will pour my fury upon sin, the strength of Egypt, and I will cut off the multitude of No, and I will set fire in Egypt. Sin shall have great pain, and No shall be rent asunder, and no shall have distresses daily. Just like they oppressed us, the Father finna oppress them. Let's get into this one. Ezekiel 28:18 lets us know, thou hast defiled thy sanctuaries by the multitude of thy iniquity, and by the iniquity of thy traffic. Therefore will I bring forth a fire from the midst of thee. It shall devour thee, and I will bring thee to ashes upon the earth in the sight of all of them that behold thee or look at thee. Ezekiel also 8 and 9. Let's go back up to that. And they shall know that I am Elohim when I have set fire in Egypt, and when all her helpers shall be destroyed. Is nobody going to be here to help nobody, because the Father letting us know he bringing them all down. So if one call out, if they do call out to another country to help, nobody can come help this United States, because the Father going to be tearing them up too. He's telling us this is not the only one going to come down. All of them coming down. Well, like he said, whether he has to send them a whirlwind, a flood, or whatever, their city's going to be crumbling within. All we give him glory, we give him praise. We don't have nothing to worry about with just keeping ourselves available to the Most High and to his people. He says, the young men of Avon, and of Pisiba, shall what? Shall fall by the sword, and these cities shall go into captivity. Just like they took us. Let's look into this one here, because I want to look into this word. Van. See what they're talking about. Genesis 41 and 45. And Pharaoh called Joseph's name Sapnapineah. They always want to rename us. Always want to and he gave him to wife Asina, the daughter of Potiphar, priest of On. And Joseph went out over all the land of Egypt. So this person here is literally, even though the Pharaoh gave Joseph this name, he gave him, and he also gave him to wife this lady right here. Let's see who this is descendant. See how intertwined we are in Egypt. Now they talk about the two sons of Joseph, but they're not talking about this side. See, that's why we need more understanding. I'm going to see who this is. I'm going to see exactly who Avon is. Google Avon. Okay. This is what it is. Welcome to the Asexual Visibility and Education Network. Avon hosts the world's largest online. Oh, Lord have mercy. Gosh. I know that. Yeah, right. Avon, a holic credit card. No, see how it is hidden, but we know if it's in this word, it got something to do with some of them. Now, I'm gonna find out what you are. If y'all want to give it to me in the natural, I'll find out what it is. Okay, let's go to Wikipedia, and we'll see what they're saying about Avon. Matter of fact, let's see what Avon is. I got something here to find him if he's in this word, if he's who I think he is. So he's a river in Van. It's a first name. I know it's a first name. I want to see who he is too. Yes, bear with me, thanks.
Let's see this.
Let's see who he is. It's a person, but what person is he? It's telling it's some kind of relation here. I am not finding him. And that's unusual. This book here have every name in it. I won't find it that way. So let's see what.
Sister Shana said Eva means nothingness and vanity.
Okay, good. Because I'm looking at it here. Avon, Pompeii, New Guinea, a village. It's a fictional bird now. It's a first name, but it's not telling you what the name. Where are you finding that at, Sister Shauna? Is that is that Hebrew Strongs? A disambiguation page list. Because Avan is a place as well. It's a name. And Avan, they call it a river in Brittany, France. It's also mentioned in Amos 1 and 5 and Hosea. If it's mentioned, that means it's something to it. It's not, they're not just talking about it. Oh, I'll walk it down, trust me. I'm not going to deal with this at this minute, but I will walk that down. Because anytime they mention, I'm going to look at it this way. I'm out of here. It say the young men of Avan, we got to be a place, and of Pisgah. Let's look up this word here. It might bring us right back to what we're looking for. Because these are what strong places. This is a town of Lower Egypt. Mentioned, I see this telling us. A town of Lower Egypt mentioned but once in the Bible, which is in hieroglyphics. His name is written Bahest, Abast, and Habahest. Okay. So it has a surname. You see a little called now called Tel Basta. Of Cairo, near the Tanaitic branch of the Nile. See, I'll tell you, all these places is really, really in the same area. When you walk these things down, it's in the same area. The Father said He's going to destroy all of them because they're all in the same area, in the hoops together, and coming together to destroy His people. I mean, He's just not mentioning them just to be mentioning here. The young men of Avan and of Biset, see how they changed the name, shall fall by the sword. And these cities shall go into captivity. He said, at Tahaphanes, also they shall be darkened. And we know what that darkened means. They're going in trouble too. They're going to be destroyed. When I shall break the yokes of Egypt, and the pomp of her strength shall cease in her. See, all these things they talk about it, but we know what they're talking about when we sitting here right now. All these things that is a replica of what's going to happen in where we sitting right now, the great lady. They're going to see that all those ones that they have helped them, and those that one that's come out with them to fight against these other countries, they're going down. According to this word, He'll go to destroy them as well, because they all have had their neck. Thank you for that, Sister Shauna.
Yeah, that's Sister Shauna.
Yeah. And Hosea speaks of the high places of Avan. Yeah. By which he means Bethel. He also calls Beth Aven. Example, the house of vanity, yes. An account of the golden calf Jeroboam has set up. That sound all right to me. It sure do. Because we're talking about these cities and these places that have built themselves up. And that would make more sense when we're talking about this. The young men of Avan and Persia shall fall by the sword, and these cities shall go into captivity, because they are cities. Oh, I think she put it out the same too. Let me read what Kiana put out. Hosea speaks of the high places of Avon, which he means Bethel. He also called Bethaven the house of vanity for that 4 and 15. On account of the golden calf Jeroboam had set up. Yes. Okay, thank you, ladies, for that. He says, let's look at number 18. And tell all these names. Also, the day shall be darkened, and when I shall break their yokes of Egypt. Okay. And the pomp of her strength shall cease in her. And for her a cloud shall cover her, and her daughter shall go into captivity. Let's go over here. Pull up some and pull up our reference here. To read on this one. Starting off with Ezekiel 3. He said, "For the day is near, even the day of the Elohim is near. A cloudy day, it shall be the time of the heathen." This is the time of the heathen. Say he's really start off telling us in Ezekiel 30:3. We read that earlier in the chapter. This is the time of our enemy. What we must do as a people of the Most High is stay out of the way. He's telling us this is the time of the heathen. Isaiah 10:27 says, "And it shall come to pass in that day that his burden shall be taken away from off thy shoulder." We don't have the word that the Father said to move their burdens off of us, and his yoke from off our neck. And the yoke shall be destroyed because of the anointing. Oh, we give him glory. He said, Jeremiah 2:16 say, "Also the children of Noah and Telephenes has broken the crown off our head." All of them going to have to let us go. Wherever we have been scattered, they're going to have to let y'all's people go. And then he says, Exodus 30 and 10 and 15 say, "For they covered the face of the whole earth, so that the land was darkened. And they did eat every herb of the land and all the fruit of the trees which the hail had left. And there remained not any green things in the trees or in the herbs of the field through all the land of Egypt." The Father's going to wipe it clean. They would work out people in the field. They couldn't even eat the food. They could eat. They picking vegetables they don't grow for master, and they couldn't even eat. They were squeezing grapes. They couldn't even drink any of the wine. And we know that that's there because they have a tendency to go through and wipe everything out. They care about nobody but themselves. And that's what all these wars about, is the goal to be a takeover. And all these cities, and the people have to come subject to them, and they do just like they do in America. They put sanctions on them and laws against them. They can't do so much unless they do it with them. But the word just told us this is the year, not at the time, but as we can say, this is the time of the heathen, and that means the Father, this is their time. He's going to be dealing with them. And we give him glory. Leviticus 26:13 says, "I am Yahuah your Elohim, which brought you forth out of the land of Egypt, that you should not be their bondmen, you would not be their slaves. And I have broken the bands of your yoke," hallelujah, "and made you go upright." The Father's doing this for us. He's breaking their yokes off our neck. See, they have a plan, but the Father has another plan, and that plan is what they're doing, is breaking the yokes off of our neck. By the help of the Most High Elohim, we will not walk under their bondage anymore. And the Father said, "I made you upright." And how did he make us upright? He had brought our memory back to know who we are and turn back, walking in this divine truth. And he's now counted us as unto righteous. Oh, we give him glory. Hallelujah. We don't have to worry about this thing anymore. If we stay upright. He said, because he have made us upright now. In other words, he waved his hand, brought us back to our knowledge and understanding of who we are, that we begin to walk in his divine, given commandment and laws and keep them. That's when he calling us upright. I'm making you go upright. And as we learn, as we begin to pour, just what I said earlier, we all don't know, but what we know, we share with each other, because what we are doing, we are his servant, making each other go upright. Standing upright before him. All we give him glory. Isaiah 5:30 says, and in that day they shall roar against them like the roaring of the sea. And one look unto the land, behold, darkness and sorrow, and the light is darkened in the heavens thereof. When they look, they ain't gonna know what hit them. See, they're gonna suffer some stuff before Messiah get back. The Father is dealing with them. He said, this is the time of the heathen. They're gonna be dealt with, then they're gonna look up. Because while they worry about one thing, something else gonna happen. When they worry about that, something else gonna overtake them. They'll go to suffer before he show up. They think they got a plan for us, but the Father got a plan for them. And if we stay upright, like he said, he brought us to be brought us to an upright place. We have no worries. We have nothing in this fight. We just sit back and let the Father do his work. But the day of the heathen is coming down. We don't have to worry about him anymore. And he knows he's full of fear. They're shaking in their boots of what's happening because they know their time is up. Even these one that's low and them ones that not walking in the truth, I don't care if you white, black, green, or gray. If you're not walking in the truth, you're going to be caught up along with the heathen. He says, Isaiah number 9:4 says, for thou hast broken the yoke of his burden, and the staff off his shoulder, the rod of his oppressor. He let you know, I'm breaking this stuff off of you. It's been done. See, they don't know that they've been fired. It's over for them. They keep coming out against the people of the Most High. And he says, as in the day of Midian, I have done this, and they're still coming out against his people. And you right, Sister Kiana, all we got to do is watch, pray, and stay on y'all's righteous path. That's what our order is now. And watch him work. Listen, we just start turning back to this. I mean, a lot of people know, but it's a great turning and awakening that the Father doing. If we had numbers that understand this, how many people? It's thousands upon thousands of people are waking up, and they know this. They're feeling this shift themselves. Even the devil know it. He's feeling this shift. That's why they're speeding up the time that they're doing this. This thing's supposed to be out way before. You right. We might well get ourselves some popcorn. Because we can sit back and watch this one. We don't have to do nothing but go to the movies. Get your 3D glasses. I'm telling you, he's telling us the rod of his oppressor, that thing is off of us. It's off of us. We got to know and understand. That's why we feel sorry when I look at our brothers and our sisters out there don't know this and don't want to know it. My heart go out to them. And my prayer for them is, listen, I pray that, Father, that you will open their eyes of understanding like you did mine. If it be thy will, if they belong to you, if they're yours, you will open their eyes. If you have chosen them. Oh, but the day is coming. They got to understand. Isaiah 9:19 say, through the wrath of Elohim of hosts is the land darkened, and the people shall be as the fuel of fire. Listen, wait a minute. Let's stop there. The people gonna be as a fuel of fire. The people you gonna see the fire, and they're gonna be the wood. I put it like that. No man shall spare his brother. It's just like throwing wood on a fire. They gonna be the fuel for the fire. That's what he's saying. And he said, no man shall spare his brother. But it's gonna be some dark times for them. They thought we had dark times as the people of the Most High, but they gonna have some dark times. And many of them, a lot of them gonna start taking their life because they can't bear anything. They can't even stand to lose money. They die. They kill themselves, which is stupid. Because money is their God. Their God is gone, so they kill them. They kill themselves. They find no reason to live. They kill themselves, their whole household. He said, Isaiah 13:10 say, for the stars of heaven and the constellation thereof shall not give their light. The sun shall be darkened in his going forth, and the moon shall not cause a light to shine. When our Messiah show up, and this is going to happen because it's going to be so, it ain't going to be what we talking about, the blackout. And from the bummings, all you ain't going to see the sun or the light or the moon. Isaiah 14:11. He said, pomp is brought down to what? The grave. And the noise of thy vows, the worm is spread under thee. And the worms cover thee. Ain't that something? Be eaten up by the worm. Sister Keonta say, yes, they do. They have only $100,000 in the bank, and they think they're broke and stressed and killed. And you're right about that.
They'll kill themselves in a minute.
They kill themselves. They got $100,000 in the bank.
Yep. To them, that's broke. Mm-hmm.
I hear they be talking about, and she's so right, because I hear some of their conversation. I know they got houses all over the land. And then they end up with something hit them, and they still own the house all over the land. You know that's wealth right there. And they literally have to go to a doctor under therapy. If they don't, they're going crazy. Because that's their God.
Yeah, they wept as they God.
You're right. Listen, Keonta say. Keonta say, meanwhile, Ray got negative $325
in his bank account.
And he cool and get up and go to work. And you ain't loud about that. That is so true. And no, he got negative. And they'll tell you, man, I got negative $325 in my account. And go, I'm telling you, that's us as a people. We don't be worried about this stuff. And the one that now is worried about them took on that spirit of their oppressors. That is too funny. But it's the truth, Keonta. You ain't never lied about that. That's the truth. They do have a big old negative. And they tip it up, man, and be laughing. I get caught up sometime. Isaiah 14:25, he said, that I will break the Assyrian in my land. And we know the Assyrian that's in his land. And upon my mountain tread him underfoot. Then shall his yoke depart from off them, and his burden depart from off their shoulders. The Father is telling he's going to break every one of these nations that has his people. He's going to break the bond off and the burden off of their neck, because he's been going to destroy them. He is going to do it. They done got wealthy off of his back of his people. Isaiah 19:1 say, the burden of Egypt, he said, behold, Yahuah rises upon a swift cloud, and shall come into Egypt. And the idols of Egypt shall be moved by his presence. And the earth of Egypt shall melt. The heart of Egypt shall melt in the midst of it. All I'm talking about what they're going to do when he show up.
You're going to have a chance.
What this season, listen, this is part of this CERN thing, because they're supposed to shoot at him, be able to take him out when he comes. That's part of what they're going to fight him with.
Right. Yeah, right.
And they were supposed to be able to produce manna.
Yeah, right.
Like they can produce another human being. Then he says, Jeremiah 43:7-9, he said, so they came into the land of Egypt, for they obeyed not, listen to what he said, for they obeyed not the voice of Yah. Thus came they even to see, the Father told them to take the peoples out of there. That's why he's going to deal with it, because they weren't even supposed to go in that part of the land. There's some part of the land he even told them not to touch his people. I know a lot of people, we don't read this part. They told them they were permitted to touch some of his people. He scattered them, but they weren't permitted to touch them. And that's what he tells. They went into they obeyed not the voice of Yah. Thus came they even to what? Tapanhes. Now I got it. Tapanhes. Jeremiah 46:14. See, when the Father started dealing with his enemy, he deal with all of them. That's why he's letting us know in 30:3, this is the year, this is this time, it's the heathen time. He's going to deal with them. Sister Biblical T says he fell asleep. That's all right, I'm still talking, Biblical T. He said, declare ye in Egypt and publish in Migdol, and publish in Note, and Taphanes. Say ye, stand fast and prepare thee, for the sword shall devour round about thee. He is going to take our enemies down. We don't even have to worry about fighting. I keep saying that because some of us think we're supposed to be out there with our fists up in the air, having no justice, no peace. I'm probably walking around here with guns on us just because, I don't care, just because it's a state that say openly carry. When you carry one, they shoot at you. Which is stupid. When they're shooting at you, when you walking in, this man that defended his family the other day against this other Mizuko, now they want to charge him for what? Attempted murder. See, but he's in an open carry state. So it's really not for you. You can't open carry yours because you get shot. We got to get some sense as a people. I keep telling you, I don't care what they put out, it's not for us because we're not part of this system. And they let you know that you're not part of the system. Because they would not arrested him for attempted murder. Oh, we give him glory. Oh, goodness. We almost done, family. He said, Egypt is like what? Egypt is like a very fair heifer. He said, but destruction cometh. It cometh out of the north. Oh, it's coming. They ain't got to worry about it. It's coming, it's showing up. And what they don't understand, they say Egypt like a red heifer. He's like a fair heifer. That's all he's talking about. And you know, we used to use that term all the time. You heifer. We know what we was talking about. He said, I'm going to bring it down. You stand up like you mean. You act like you got the power. You going to equate yourself with me? You going to stand and tell everybody you God? You stand in your own strength. 29 and 15, Ezekiel say, it shall be the basis of the kingdom. Neither shall it exalt itself any more above the nation. For I will, listen what the Father said, I'm going to diminish it. I'm going to diminish them, that they shall no more rule over the nations. Nobody. Not nobody will rule over nobody. No, when Yahushua show up, he's the one going to be the ruler. Nobody else will rule over nobody else. It will be no more ruler. See, that's what the enemy is trying to do now with this one world order. Be only one ruler. He want to mimic the things of what he knows in this book.
Yeah.
But it ain't going to, it's going to work for a little while because the Father going to let, because see, he letting them build their own self up to destroy themselves.
Yes, he will.
He allow them to build their own weapons to what? Be their own demise.
Their own self-destruction.
You right. Them old people sure would say, oh, you heifer. Sister Keon said, yeah, my great grandma always called people heifers. And when she thought she would, when she thought you were dumb, she would say, bless your heart, honey. Bless your heart. That sure sound like them, honey. They do. They would say the stuff like that. Oh, because see, our people had to deal with the red heifers too. They had to deal with them heifers when they was coming up, when they was out there in them cotton fields, thinking they ruling over them. They had the power. Because you got to understand, the red heifer also symbolized power. A heifer, period. It said, it shall be the basis of the kingdom, neither shall it exalt itself any more above the nation. For I will diminish them, that they shall no more rule over the nation. Ezekiel 31, 18, to whom art thou thus like in glory, and in greatness among the trees of Eden? Who's like the Most High?
Nobody.
Yet shalt thou be brought down with the trees of Eden unto neither part of the earth. You ain't gonna even see on the earth. You can, in other words, he tell you ain't gonna, people won't even find you. I'm gonna diminish you so bad. Thou shalt lie in the midst of the uncircumcised with them that be slain by this word. In other words, you're going down there with the ones that when they lay there ready to be judged. This is Pharaoh and all his multitude, says Yahuah Elohim. We don't have to worry about it. We give him all glory. Nobody, you right, ain't nobody close, but they acting like it. They acting like they own things. See, that's the only sad part about it. They get puffed up. All these idols, all these names, they done puffed themselves up. And I was thinking about that thing last night. All our celebrities done puffed themselves. Now, where you think Puff Daddy Dilly come? Where's his name? Puff Daddy.
His name Sean Combs.
Why he got named his name Puff? That's an idol. Don't we see that they gonna bring him down? They better watch it. It's all these names they giving themselves. I think all these rituals giving them names, because he all of a sudden he start calling himself that. And Eagle, son of man, he said, wail for the multitude of Egypt and cast them down. Boy, he showed Egypt, he's over. Yeah, Puff Daddy, that's puffed up. That's mean they all pride. Just think about Puff. Puff mean your chest is out. And the father also call that what? That's being prideful. And we know pride has come from the enemy. Was he done mean anything about it or not? But that's what he have named himself. Unto the, not only him, a whole lot of them out there. Unto the nether parts of the earth. See, the Father say nether. It ain't neither. Not neither. He said neither. Neither parts of the earth with them that go down into the pit. You won't even see them. It's gonna be like they never exist. See, the Father let them know. When I clean house, y'all ain't got to worry about, because you ain't gonna find them nowhere on this earth. Because when I get through with them, it's gonna be clean. I got to clean this earth. They say a long time ago, I don't know if y'all heard any of these terms. They used to say, "I'll wipe the floor with you." That mean they really gonna drag you on, they beat you up and drag you on and clean the floor with you. You really got the beat down then. He said, Joel 3:15 says, and you're right, their thoughts are like I am theirs, none else beside me. That is prideful and it is haughty. But I'm telling you, they don't understand. When the Father say, I'm telling you, when I get through wiping the floor with them, you won't see them. You're right. I'll mop the floor with you. They did. They listen. Them old folks used to say some stuff. You hear me? I'm like, mop the floor. How you gonna mop the floor with it? What they mean? They gonna beat them down and drag them.
That's what they did. Beat them down and drag them.
They sure did. They beat them down. They don't tell the truth about all our people. Child, please. We beat up the police ourselves. Well, we was bad children. Oh, I'm confessing today. It must be a day of confession. Child, please. I ain't know that. I was wild and crazy then. The Father look over his children, because they could have killed me. I know I should have been dead. If I did that this day that I did then, I know I would have been shot. Because I was fighting all of them. Only because my brother had my car and jumped down and left it, and they took it to the jail, and I went to go get it, and I asked them, can I get my car? And they go talk slap. And what happened, I went to get my key, and the guy and the sheriff pushed me. He pushed me, and I pushed him, and we started fighting. And I was hitting him so fast, all he could do is cover his face. I'm glad he forgot he had a gun on there, and the deputies was cracking up. And they said, man, just give her the key. That D. Ray James. Girl, please, I know I'd have been dead as a doorknob now. See, the Father knows how to protect his foolish children in their sin. The sun and moon shall be darkened. Yeah. Yes, please hit that like button, y'all. I forgot. I see I'll be forgetting that kind of stuff. And subscribe. He said, the sun and the moon shall be darkened, and the stars shall withdraw their shining. The Father is giving us the 6 o'clock news and letting us know what to look for. The forecast is going out. He's assumed up, Son of Man, wail for the multitude of Egypt and cast them down, even here, and the daughters of the famous nation, until neither part of the earth with them that go down into the pit. They're going down. Oh, we need to make us a song to going down. You listen, Sean, sister. Sister Sean talking about gangster pants. Oh, now you know you're over there. I wasn't no gangster, but you wasn't bothering me. I didn't bother nobody, but don't bother me. I mean, you say, I used to pray, Father, please don't let them bother me. Please don't let nobody bother me. Because it's almost I do this blank out thing, boy. I don't listen to him. And I was not responsible. So I tried not to do that. I didn't like the fights. Yeah, I'm going to come up with some songs on that one. We need to come up with some songs. It's going down, down, down. Down, down, down. They're going down, down, down. They're going down. Yeah, we're going to make a song out of that one. That's all we've been hearing for the last 2 weeks. That's right. We can rock that one. That's a new track. Going down. He thought he was on top. The Lord showed he was boss. The heathen is going down. Yes. Hallelujah. Oh, yeah. Let's get back over here and finish this up, y'all. He says, I read number 18. No, I read 17. He said, at the Phanes, also the day shall be darkened when I shall break the yokes of Egypt, and the pomp of their strength shall cease in her. As for her, a cloud shall cover her, and her daughter shall go into captivity. Just like they carried ours in, they're going in. Number 19, thus will I execute judgment in Egypt, and they shall know that I am Elohim. I'm the Messiah. I'm the one. He said, and it came to pass in the 11th year, in the first month, in the 7th day of the month, that the word of Yahuah came unto me, saying, now this is a Pacific time, a Pacific, and he made it significant and let us know in the 11th month. And we know the 11th month will be what? It will be January. It will be February. This month. Oh my goodness, y'all. This biblical time, it would have been this month. This is what he came to him in February. And he said in the 11th year, okay, in the first month, which is the new year. Y'all, we don't know what's going to happen. He said, in the 7th day of the month. Oh, biblical T. Did we count let's see, we said it's going to be on the 8th and the 9th. The 7th is no, we counted the 7th. That's during the time of Passover. He says, in the first month, in the 7th day of the month, that the word of Yahuah came unto me, saying, Son of man, I have broken the arm of Pharaoh. This is what he said. We don't know what's going to happen about this Passover. And you know, coming up to the Passover, he's getting ready because he's in the courts now. They've taken him because we got to look at this week, because they've taken him to court. He's standing before them. You got the Passover. They're taking now. They're getting ready to what? Crucify him now during this week. This is his way on to what? These days now is getting ready to be crucified. And he's in the ground, and I'm telling you, I'm saying 7 because he's in the ground 3 whole days. 3 whole days. So we don't know what this. I just noticed this. I mean, my eyes came open to this because I've been studying when is the real calendar. I was looking for the Julian calendar. See, we're going off the Gregorian. But in the Julian calendar, according to the ancient times, that March is our first of the year. Matter of fact, I'm going to show you all that. I got the calendar, but for some reason, all week, Sister T, I still been trying to get this calendar off of this thing. Because I want to send it to everyone. Yeah, wait, Miss Pat. Is it March then? Yes. March is the new year. They said in the first month. First month is March. And March is, no, it's not in March. March is our first year. It's the first of the year. And that's 14 days from the first of the year, which landed on the 8th and 9th of April. See, there's the 14th days of the first month. But this is telling you the 11th year in the first month in the 7th day, which would mean being the same week coming up to the crucifixion. That's what I'm saying. And he says that the word of Yahuah came unto me, saying, Son of man, I have broken the arm of Pharaoh, king of Egypt, and lo, it shall not be bound up to be healed. They're not going to be healed. To put a roller to bind it, to make it strong to hold the sword. They will not be able to fight anymore. Oh my goodness. That's why I say, I don't know what might happen in this first of the year coming. See, they changed our date, but when I went back with the leading of the Holy Spirit, I just went right to it. And when I found the 1752, and it showed us when they actually changed the calendar. It was March the 25th was the first of the year for the Julian calendar that the whole world went by. And they changed it from January, from March to put it to January. And you're right, sister, we already put it out there again. I've already made mention of that. Put it out there again. Because I'm going to tell you, we don't know what's going to happen. I don't believe there's nothing with the fathers by chance for this to come up and for me to find these dates like this. He said, Son of man, I have broken the arm of Pharaoh, king of Egypt, and lo, it shall not be bound up to be healed. It's not going to be bound. Stocks they're still dropping. He says, and lo, it shall not be bound up to be healed he said to put a roller to bind it. He ain't going to find a question for it. They ain't going to find nothing to be. What's March 25th and you changed it to January? No, I ain't changed it to January. They changed it to January 1st. The heathen changed it. It was March 25th is the first of every year. And the heathen changed it to January 1st. The 5th. I know you meant not me. But the thing is, it was the 5th their holidays. That's why they changed it. Because it wasn't lining up with what they wanted to do. It was off of their moon set. So they changed it. That's why I say go back. If we know how to go by the moon, which I'm going to show you all that, because I'm going to wrap this up. And I'm going to show you that because I want you to see it before we get off here. Let me finish reading this, and it is a mess. It's done because actually, if they left it at all, our days will line up with the Julian calendar. And then it says in number 22, said, therefore thus says Yahuah Elohim, behold, I am against Pharaoh, king of Egypt, and will break his arms, the strong and that which was broken, and I will cause the sword to fall out of his. Listen, he gonna cause the sword to fall out of his hand. He has no more fighting power. See, they live by the sword. They live by their weapon. They're king of killers. And he said, I will scatter the Egyptians among the nations and will disperse them through the countries. And I will strengthen the arms of the king of Babylon, and I will put my sword in his hand. He's going to use them. He said, but I will break Pharaoh's arm. He's telling us over and over, but I will break Pharaoh's arms, and he shall what? Groan before him with what? Groanings of a deadly wounded man. Oh my goodness. He said, but I will strengthen the arms of the king of Babylon, and the arms of Pharaoh shall fall down, and they shall know that I am Elohim, when I shall put my sword into the hand of the king of Babylon, and he shall what? Stretch it out upon the land of Egypt. Oh my goodness. That's who it is. Mr. Putin already. He'll put his strength in their hands, and that man know he got the strength because that's why he's talking like he's talking. He already know he'll win if he fight us. It ain't gonna be no fight. He don't fight me because I'm gonna be in there on 24 time. They don't have it. He said he taking the ability to for them out of they don't have the ability to fight him. So they're gonna try to scare him with sanctions. That man ain't a bit more afraid of those sanctions. He said, when I shall put my sword in the hand of the king of Babylon, and he shall stretch forth, and he shall stretch upon the land of Egypt. Let me pull that up. He shall stretch upon the land of Egypt. This is what he said. He gonna stretch upon the land of Egypt, because all that place is one big massive place. He gonna bring it down. Yeah, I call it the pink lady coming down with the blue lady. He says, at one time, I got to look that up because I think at one time it was pink, and they got that from a pink African lady. It was a black lady in pink statue, and that's why they took that symbol and made what they have now. I don't know if everybody ever see it. And you're right, that's why we're going to keep fighting. In our last verse of the day, it said, and I will scatter the Egyptians among the nations, and what it said, and disperse them among the countries, and they shall know that I am Elohim. They are weak now. Too many alphabets. People see that's why they don't weaken their own self, and you were so correct, Sister Kiana. They have weakened their own structure within themselves. And you right, it's still in France. But that's okay. This word today, Father, we thank you for this word today. I'm going to go into this because I want everyone to see this. Let me bring it over. Let me see it out. Bring it over so we can see it. When they decide to open up here. All right, let me move it over so y'all can see it into this other screen. Okay, that is not it. Okay. All right. Let me open it up. Did anybody have anything? Yes, let me see who all in here. Sister Denoris, alphabet people. You're right. They almost down to a Z after a while. Sister Bimka T, did you want to come in? They say, and you got Sister say, family, we really need to pray for the Father to touch the hearts of the church, because I've met many that hearts are right towards the Father, but they are just in darkness. And you're right, they are. And the media want them to think we are a cult, or some have gotten confused by those teaching error. And you're right. Many have gotten confused, and they're going back into the world. They ain't going. Now you see them over here. They want to do this. They worship their ancestors. They're doing all this foolery. Let me see. I'm gonna open this up. Okay. Yeah, I see what you say, Sister Biblical T. All right. I'm just going back up here and make sure I miss nothing, and then we'll go into this. Okay, and we thank everyone, making sure ain't no questions, ain't no comments I missed. Okay, and that means nothing this year. We did talk about that, something like that. Yep, let me see. It's also bitching and Amos. Yeah, we talked about that. Okay. All right. Yes, we talked about that. Okay, so we got everything. I try to keep my eye on that so I can kind of answer right there when I see it, so I don't miss anyone. Okay. And Sister Shauna say the women in my family says the same thing. Heifer. You know, that's a black culture thing. Cause we know what we talk about. Sometimes we, with the other word, what that was similar. You try to move in your own strength, and you think you're more than somebody. You think you're more powerful, whatever. Because it was a reference of something when of their behavior. Their thoughts are like I am, and there's none else beside me. Yep, you're right about that. They're pitiful. They're very. I call them pitiful, prideful. All right, let's get into this calendar, y'all. Let me open it up, and I will show you. That's what we pray. I'm praying for. I can get this thing over so y'all can see it. Okay, I have. Oh, let me get over here. Maybe I can do it on this side from the screen. Okay. All right. I had put on the Hebrew feast calendar, years and months, and I did it for just a year, this year. And as you can see, and as just tell you what the date was, February. See, these are the dates here. That's when I put this over the dates, and I was giving it to everybody like this. So when I put the date, it tell you what dates that's Purim. It basically, if you open up, it's just basically saying this is the day that Israel fought, and this is the day, the first day of Purim, and that's the second day of Purim, and the date is telling you what the date is. You go to the date, and it highlights highlights the month. The 1st of February is the 24th of February, not over here Thursday. All the dates, the first of the month is highlighted, was we highlighted in pink, according to the original calendar. As you see, January, see that still did all this still the 10th month. All this is still the 9th month, the 10th month. And January just started right here, January 1st. That's why I put it in all in pink. And as you can see, March started here, and that Sister T was asking me about, and I was counting 14 days. 14 days landed us here, but back here is when it actually started. From morning to evening is 1 day. From morning to evening is 2 days. Morning to evening, they got up, and he was remember, he was in the grave 3 whole days. And it is a double Sabbath too. I don't know what I got over here. What is this? Oh, uh, this is the feast of unleavened bread. That's when that starts. First day of the feast of unleavened bread. It also starts the uh, the 7 weeks as well. And as you see, that's when April start on the 26th, down here to the bottom, not up here to the 1st, according to the Julian calendar, according to what they changed. And May starts down here. We see we have no days we celebrate in May. And then over here, where we got the Shabbat, we got June 1st, started it's June 1st, and it started on it's on the Sabbath day. This here day of the atonement. And that was what in the month of May. I think I got that. Let me see. 1st of May, which is what month is that? Back up. April, May. Back up. What month is this? That is that's the 5th month. The 5th month. Okay, July. As you can see where July start, and I put all the blues for Sabbath. Indicate there's a Sabbath days. As you got a double Sabbath here. August, it's August 1st, but it also is on the Sabbath. And here, what day is this? We have the Sabbath, the feast. We talk about the Sabbath and the feast. Wait a minute. No, September 1st. I don't know what I got the feast there for. I think I put it in the wrong date. I want to go back and look at that because that is Sabbath and a feast. It's a Sabbath and a feast. I'm trying to think what feast it is though, because I can't open up all the way up for me to tell you. Let me see, can I click on it when it open up? Okay, there it is. Oh, that's the start of the Feast of Trumpets. Because we treat that first day as a Sabbath as well. The Feast of Trumpets, as you can see. It starts a Feast of Trumpet, which is September the 26th. That's according to the calendar. If I could just forward this here to you guys, it won't let me forward. I'm gonna see. It says share. Let's see if I share it. If I can share it, I don't want to share it to see. It don't have. Facebook, Twitter. No, I don't want to share it that way. I want to share it with you guys. It just wants me to share it on social media. And that's not what I want to do it. I'm going to try every avenue. They tell me I can create this and then they won't let me share it. I think they saw it and I guess that's why, because it's down here where I can share. All right, now we are in let us go. Now we started the Feast of Tabernacle. And on the 5th is the Day of Atonement. This Sabbath. And then the Feast of Tabernacle is ended on that 8th day. The Feast of, let's see what that is. The Feast of Tabernacle begins. That's the Feast of Trumpet we just left. This the Feast of Tabernacle begins. And that's 1st of October there. And this is the first. This is September. Okay. And that's the 8th day Sabbath right there. The 8th day of the Sabbath. Okay. That's 2 double Sabbaths right there. Beginning of November. December, which is our 10th month. No, December here is our 9th month, actually. 9th, 10th, 11th. But this is the 11th month. Okay, we got a double. Now we're talking about Chanukah or Hanukkah. Open that up. And see, we were saying 24th, but it really started that evening. See that it started that evening, which is the 25th. Going, this is saying that when I counted, it came to December 24th, not the 25th. A feast of dedication. Then we got the feast, Hebrew feast of Sabbath day, which is a Hebrew feast. Sabbath day is supposed to be a feast. Okay. That particular one there is. Okay, that's pretty much it. And that's what I created. And see what it says? It tells me right here that I can download this. And every time I try to download it, it will not download. I'm gonna hit it today to see what happened. And I'll I'm gonna bring that down to see if anybody have anything, any questions. See there? Now I tell them the status. Now it's trying to give me some weird stuff. Okay. Okay. Yes, depending on where you are, you have just Miss Pat. Let me see, Miss Pat, can you close us out in prayer? Yes, I am. Always, always. One thing I do, because I'm in when I do that, I'm inviting the Father in, the Ruach to teach us, and I'm also giving him praise that he allowed us to go through his word. So I always pray going out. Y'all know I'm not leaving up out of here without that. We gotta always go out of here with a bang. The Father gave us too much information today, not to give him praise and glory. And we thank him too. Hallelujah. Let me see, can I find my little thing I had always set up here? Hallelujah. When we give him glory and praise and honor, we thank him today. Father, we thank you for this word. We're always grateful for you open our eyes of understanding, because we stand before you not knowing anything. It's the power of the Ruach that give us knowledge and understanding of your word and what you will have us to know. And we don't take it for granted. We don't get puffed up in our own way of thinking, we know it all. But Father, we thank you. We thank you for opening our eyes of understanding. We thank you for sharing, and those that know that share with us. So we thank you all in everything, in every endeavor that you have allowed us to do concerning this. And you open our eyes that we may see what the enemy is doing. We thank you because every time we go in this word, we see the 6 o'clock news that's been happening right now. Hallelujah. But if thou would not hearken to the voice of the Most High, so we thank you, Father. We give your name glory, praise, and honor. In the name of Yahushua HaMashiach. Hallelujah. We thank you for the day. We thank you for everyone that joined us in this endeavor today. He said, Sister Avia said, will it work if you hit control key for print? You know, I didn't try that, but I will. I will try that. And as you see, it's trying to do something else now. Let's see, can I get refresh it. Give me some kind of crazy stuff. If that'll work, I'll try. Like I said, I'll send it to Sister Tia. And she can say, I'll send it to you, Sister Avia. And anyway, we give y'all all the praise and all the glory. You all go in peace. Keep each one prayed up, stayed up. Just like the Father, he has lifted up and he has called us to be upright now. He brought us to an upright place. We thank you, we praise you. We give you all glory and praise. Hallelujah. At this time, hallelujah, we're going to say Shabbat. And Shabbat Shalom to all of you. Todah Rabbi, everyone, for being there with us today. Hallelujah. We thank you. We thank all of you. All right, with that, goodbye and have a pleasant first day of the week.